Happy Tuesday. I'm Leslie Burnett, and I am here to cook a couple recipes for you today. The first one I'll be doing is a broccoli salad. So now when you check out the recipe, it'll be in the comments. The first ingredient is bacon. I am not putting bacon in mine, although bacon sounds super good. If I was, I would be putting bacon on the flexi mat in the oven. This is a great way to cook it. You can keep all your splatters in the oven, keep your kitchen clean. And so you would cook this at 425 for 10 to 12 minutes. I know everybody likes different levels of crispness, so you can play with that and see how it works for you. I know some people have started theirs in cold ovens, so you can play around with how to cook your bacon in the flexi mat, but everybody raves about this. I don't know if you've tried it before, but you can comment if you have and let us know how that worked for you. All right. So the main ingredient, of course, in the broccoli salad is broccoli. So to do the broccoli, you can purchase a bag of florets, or you can get just a couple small heads or maybe one big head of broccoli. To steam it super quickly and easily, you just need your round mold, octagonal Bonmat. Put the broccoli in here, no liquid needed, just cover it and steam it for 2 minutes. Everybody, again, has a different level of tenderness, I guess, of crispness also with your broccoli. So steam it. If you let it sit, the steam will continue to soften the broccoli. So with this recipe, it suggests to take it out and put it in a colander and cool it off with some water. So that's what I've done here. But if you do in the future for something else, sometimes I'll make potatoes and I'll just let them continue to steam a little bit to get a little bit softer. So there's a tip if you are interested in steaming vegetables too. That's a great one. All right, let me grab my bowl here. All right. So let's see here. The next steps we have are chop into Eco Chop. I'm trying to remember what I was going to chop. I guess it's the onion. I'm going to chop the onion. So this next ingredient is red onion. So I'm going to quarter it. Actually, I have something in the Eco Chop right now, so I'll have to do that first. But we'll cut this onion and then we'll just let the Eco Chop do the work for us. So we can get that into some nice thin slices for us, tiny, tiny bite size. So I used the Eco Chop yesterday. I know if you have the Eco Chop, you love it and use it for all kinds of things, I'm sure. I used it yesterday to clean some grapes. And so I did it just like I have the basil in here. So this is our little basket that comes with it. And I have it rinsed off. So just one quick spin and we'll get the basil dried off for us. You can hear it spinning around there. So I'll take that out and dump out the water. And now I'll put our blade in. So it has multiple blades there. The blades spin around 6 times for every pull. So it does a quick job of cutting all this. So we'll add our red onions here. And just simply put our hands on top and pull like it's a lawnmower. So you can continue pulling until you get the size that you prefer. So we've got that. Let's see what else here. All right. I don't know why I put that in my notes. I needed to chop the nuts first. I don't know what I'm doing. All right. Did you guys have a holiday yesterday? Are you maybe off a little bit? I guess that's how I'm feeling right now. All right, let's see. I've got my broccoli. I'm going to add the broccoli to my bowl. I'm excited to eat this for dinner, by the way. And I'm going to add the red onions. I can feel them. I can sense them with my eyes from here. It's strong. When you use the Eco Chop, of course, that's one of the benefits is you don't have to cry anymore cutting up the onions. So I tell you, don't stick your face right over there, though, because it's pretty strong. All right. Let me see here. I'm going to give this a quick rinse. Because I need to chop some cashews also. So you can see that I'm using the Eco Chop for several things. The Eco Chop is one of our favorites, and by the way, it's a special this month as well. I think it's for the whole month, so I'm sure those will be in the comment. So you can chop those up. We'll just add those to our bowl. All right, let's see here. Broccoli, onion, cashews, cranberries. So one of the other ingredients is either cranberries or cherries. I love cherries. I did not have enough in my little bag here, so I'm using cranberries. But the cherries are great. These ones are called, they say, hello, I'm ugly. So maybe they're not the prettiest fruit, but they still are healthy for you, right? And the only ingredient is cherries, whereas the cranberries have some sugar. So if you're trying to stay away from sugar, you can look for some of that ugly fruit to put in your salad. And I'm sure you could switch it up with apricot or something as well. I know I've seen apricot there as well. All right, let me see what else I have to add to my salad. I think I'm getting ready here. So if I was doing the bacon, guess what? I would use the Eco Chop also. So you can use it for all the things. I made a chicken salad sandwich for my daughter yesterday for her. She had a tea party. And making chicken salad in here, egg salad, chopping the nuts for tartlets. Yeah. I could just talk to you for the whole 30 minutes on just the Eco Chop itself. All right, but we're going to move on here. So we have our ingredients here. This is what it's looking like so far. Looks tasty, right? We've got great colors. We have different textures. So now we will work on the salad dressing. All right, let me toss this in here. Clean up my area a little bit. Okay. So for our salad dressing, we are going to use some of our oils, some of our vinegars, a jam, a mustard, and an herb blend. So we have lots of great flavors. You're welcome to try all of them. You're welcome to mix and match. And lots of great flavors. All right, so for the dressing, and I've got my mini whisk here, which is a great thing to have on hand. I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of the basil olive oil. All right. Quick and easy. It's great to make your own dressing. You know exactly what's going into your ingredients and your body. And it's really quick. I've had a friend that said, oh, I try to make salad at home, but it doesn't taste as good. I think that the salad dressing is where you can really make a difference here. So this is 2 tablespoons of the white balsamic. I don't know if you've had it, but it's great. It's a sweet flavor. So we'll have that one. About at the end of that one. All right, so next we are going to add apricot jam. So this is 2 tablespoons. We have 2 different apricot jams. I'm using the Provence. I love this one. I know some people love the other one. It has almond in it. It has tiny chopped almond. This one is just plain apricot. So that's why I think too, you could always add dried apricot in there as well. All right, so next up is our mustard. So I'm using Herbes de Provence. This is similar to maybe like a Dijon. It's got that strong flavor. And this one is 2 tablespoons as well. I frequently use mustard in my dressings. As just a tip, you can do oil and vinegar, and you can either do them half and half. So if you did like, I don't know how much you want, but if you were going to do like a 1/4 cup, you could do that. Or you could do 3/4 of one and 1/4 of the other, just to see, do you prefer the more oil or do you prefer more of the vinegar? And then you can add a flavorful a pop of flavor to it. And that could be mustard. It could be the jam. It could be garlic. You know, you can just add all kinds of different flavorful things in here. I want to taste this and see how it is. I can taste all those different flavors. That's good. Okay, so I need to do one more thing. I'm glad I looked at my notes. I have one more thing here to do, and that is to shred some purple cabbage. That'll give us even more color. All right, I'm going to use the mandolin for this. You can use the Eco Chop if you'd like. Just chop some in there and throw it in the Eco Chop, and you know it's going to be good. All right, for this one today, on the side of the mandolin, we have numbers. So this tells you the depth of the blade, how much it's going to cut, the thickness. And then we have 3 circles here. One is solid, one has some lines, and one has even finer lines. So this is whether there are tiny little teeth that come up here. So I'm going to bring those teeth up for this so that we will be able to shred this and get it nice and fine. But I do think that I'm going to chop some of this off just because I think it will be easier to work with. So the recipe calls for 1 cup of shredded purple cabbage. So let's see here. I'm going to take my top, and I've got this nice safety plastic thing for me so I won't get hurt. I have never gotten cut with any, knock on wood, with any of our products. The Eco Chop, I've had this for probably 11 or 12 years. This, I've had it since it came out. It's been probably a decade. So, all right. I think I should have put it on this side because it already wants to cut it. All right, let me go this way. All right, let's see if I can get this. I think it's stronger. Can you see it's probably cutting everything though? Oh my gosh. All right, what I love about this is it takes everything down to just the very bottom. I use this a lot, almost every day. I have used it for potatoes. I used it this weekend, and you can get even the waffle fry look to the potatoes by using the different edges and stuff. Again, I love this. There's so much you can do with it. So we're going to toss this in here, and then we will add our dressing. And I'm enjoying this for dinner tonight, so I'm excited to try it. But I do have one more recipe to share with you, so you can stick around for that. Right. Are there any questions?
So far, there's no questions, Leslie.
Okay, great.
But it's looking great.
Okay, great. I am just going to use my tongs and toss this. This is great, a great change. If you, maybe you're tired of eating lettuce, but you still want to eat healthy, you know, this is a great thing to do. I like to consider having fresh fruits or vegetables and then think about dried or dehydrated. Those are always great to add to your salad as well as some nuts. Here's our beautiful bowl of veggies, fruits to eat for dinner. All right. So let me put this here and grab my other items. And we will make these pumpkin seed energy bites. So these are nice because you don't have to bake them. They come together quickly. And I made them earlier today. I've got some that I just put them in the freezer. You can put them in the fridge or freezer, but I figured I would throw them in there and try those. So let's grab them out. So let me So for this recipe, we are going to use the mini cannelé tray. This is super fun. It kind of looks like a castle. I'm going to grab my tray here so that you can see I have half of it. I did half a recipe and it worked out perfectly for the tray. So if you do a full recipe, it will easily do the whole thing. But look how fun these shapes are. The first time I bought this years ago, I said to my daughter, like, what should I make? She said brownies. Any mold I got, she said brownies. So that was her go-to. You can see how easily these just pop right out. And then you have your fun little castle shape. Let's see if I can do it one-handed on here. Yeah, it's easy to pop them out. So there you go. These are going to be great. They will keep for a week in your fridge, and they're going to be a great go-to for you when you need a quick power bite or even something that tastes a little bit sweet. So just a few ingredients. It says 2 cups of rolled oats. I'm only going to make half again, so I'm doing 1. 1 cup of pumpkin seeds. Some pumpkin seeds are also called pepitas. That's a fun name. All right. It calls for 1 cup of peanut butter or nut butter, almond butter. You could use tahini, whatever you would like to do. So that's a fun way to mix it up. I feel like even maybe with the seeds, you could maybe add in sunflower seeds as well, the kernels. It calls for 1/2 cup of honey or maple syrup. So I've got maple syrup here. So that's a great sweetness, and it's going to help hold it together. It also calls for an optional chocolate chips. So you're welcome to do that if you would like. I've skipped the chips for today, although they would look great and taste great as well. All right, so it calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'll put 1 in since I'm doing half a recipe. And it says you can add a pinch of salt if your pepitas, pumpkin seeds are, you can skip it if they have salt on them already. So, or if you just want to skip the salt, you can. But sometimes it's nice to have that sweetness and you've got the saltiness as well. So you can see that this comes together very easily. We just have all the ingredients in the bowl and you just simply mix them up. This might be the hardest part, is combining the peanut butter in with all the things, but really it's coming together quickly. All right. So it smells good, and I even took a little bite earlier just like this, and it was tasty. So there you go. All right, so I'm grabbing a little mini scoop. I was going to look up what size this was. I'm not quite sure, but for this, you can put 2 scoops in and it will fill it to the top. And I'm just, let me add a couple more and then show you. I just use the back side of the scoop to push it down into place. All right. So I just simply push, push, push. This way, you know, you could use your fingers if you want, but they're going to be super sticky with the peanut butter and the maple syrup or honey. So this is a great way to do it. This would be a great recipe to make with kids. There's no baking. There's great ingredients that you don't need to be worried about. And they're all already cooked and ready to be eaten raw as they are. And you could just give them the little scooper and they're ready to go. So what would you add? I think that the cranberries could be fun to add to this as well. Something, another dried fruit. But that is what we have for you tonight. So is this something you're going to try? This is a great one to have on hand for when the snack time hits. Maybe send that off to school with the kids. Okay, I only saw part of the question. Where did I purchase? Is it the scoop? They do look yummy. I'm excited. I'm excited to try the salad too. Let me get a bowl.
Leslie, the question was, where did you purchase the cherries?
The cherries?
Cherries.
The
Your
cherry.
own cherries?
I got them at Fred Meyer, which is Kroger brand in other parts of the country. They are, they were in the produce section, but not, they were on the other side of the bananas, which I know it doesn't mean anything to you, but it was on the deli side. So it wasn't like in the produce section, but it was, there were also some kind of specialty things. So there were nuts and things like that. So you could always ask, because I think like the craisins are in another area of the store. So maybe you could find these there as well, but these were kind of in a more specialty area.
Thank
Okay,
you.
grab a fork and we'll try this for dinner. All right. I think too, if you wanted to make the broccoli a little bit smaller, you could use the Eco Chop for that as well. So, all right, I'm gonna give this a taste and see how my dinner is. Because I already know how my dessert is. I already tried one. That's good. And that comes together so quickly. I know I had my stuff prepped, my mise en place, but you can see it's 20 minutes after the hour. And I have both of these ready and still food in my mouth. I apologize, but it comes together quickly, both of them. So these are great, easy meals to put together and snacks to enjoy. Is there anything else we need to share, Eric? We have great.
I think we're good. I put a link to the ugly cherries in the chat. They're from Amazon, I believe. So you can get those there. They're $5.95. So I'm going to give that a try. Just want to let everyone know that they should have been emailed a 25% off coupon good for one order this month. And just so you know, it works on sale items too, which doesn't happen often. So take advantage of that.
That's great. If you want to know the code, I can whisper it to you. It's winter, capital letters, and then the number 25. So WINTER 25. So put that in there. You can use it one time. So get all the things that you want. Maybe you want to try some. I don't know if is the food on there, Eric?
Everything is included.
Okay, there you go. It's a good deal. So you can grab some food items and create your own dressings to help you stay on track in the new year with your salads and mix up all your dressings and things. So I encourage you to give that a try.
All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much, Leslie. Thanks for your awesome demonstration.
Yeah, I'm happy to have dinner and dessert. So thank you.
All right, everyone, have a great night, and we'll see you March 3rd is our next class. And you should receive an email on Friday so you can register. Thank you, everyone. And thank you again, Leslie. Have a great night.